Hello, everybody. A very, very good afternoon to you all, and welcome back to Taurex, and welcome back to another live stream here in our trading room. Hope everyone is doing well on this. Is it Wednesday? I've lost what the days are. It's Thursday, isn't it? It's not even Wednesday. What a start! Hope everyone is doing well and had a good trading week so far. I've certainly had a good trading week. It doesn't always happen, I promise you that. But had a really, really good time trading gold over the last few days. So that was really the second trade that I've placed this year, which I put in the Discord channel, and also have been sharing with everyone the updates and what I've been doing as well. Hopefully anyone who is watching this maybe on catch up will have been following or maybe made some profit out of it. If you have, feel free to reach out to me and let me know how you've got on, either with that trade or with any of the other trades that you've placed this week. Bobby, hello to you. Good to see you. Let's have a look at euro dollar and pound Japanese yen. Yeah, I've been a little bit. I've ignored the forex market a little bit this year so far. There's no particular reason why. It's just sometimes, I have my red list of markets and I look at the charts, and sometimes I don't like the look of some of the price action in some of the asset classes, and the forex market seemed to be that. But it was on my list today to have a look back at the forex market to see if I can get involved in any trades. I'm already in a commodities trade, as we know, with gold. So yeah, we'll have a look at those, no problem. Okay, right. Just to give you a quick heads up for those who are not involved in our Discord channel just yet, some really exciting news. We have now got all of the approval and the all the things that are setting up in the background. So from today, there will be regulated signals from our partner Acuity that will be going into this channel, the Premium Signals channel. At the moment, it's all completely free. The whole Discord channel is. If you'd like to join that, you feel free to check the description. But yeah, we will have those. We'll have those coming out for you, I think, from tonight. So yeah, in the next few hours or so, the first signal should be placed in there. So yeah, keep an eye on that, and yeah, good stuff. Right. Anyway, back to what's important. So, in terms of economic news events, we've pretty much now had the the main events of the week, which were obviously the inflation prints that we had yesterday. I've had a bit of time to digest and what's come out, and it was a little bit of a mixed bag. We had the core inflation was lower, but the actual year-on-year headline inflation was higher than before, so a little bit of a mixed bag there. And as we moved into Thursday's action, we have had some employment reports out of Australia, which came in 4% unemployment, previously at 3.9%. So actual was 4 there, so that was a little bit of a dovish report there as well. And the employment change was much lower as well. So weaker labour market over in Australia, I imagine, corresponded to some Australian dollar weakness. We also had probably the main event of today, which was the retail sales, which I've got highlighted here. So that was previously at 0.7%. The forecast was for 0.6%, so for retail sales to fall off a little bit. And as you can see, the actual figure came in at 0.4%, which was a little bit lower than what the markets were projecting. Now, onto the charts, and those of you who are watching on Discord, catch up, or live on YouTube will know I've actually changed the colouring a little bit. I just think this is a little bit cleaner to see. I didn't like the colour scheme I had before, and I think this is a little bit easier on the eye. So I hope you like it. If you don't, I don't know what I'm going to say, because I've already changed it now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's only really just me playing around with the charts. Anyway, our gold trade, just to give you an update on that. So all the analysis was broken down. So we had a breakout of this triangle pattern. As we went down onto the 4-hour time frame, you can see we had an initial breakout here, but there wasn't really, unless you were just using a break and retest of this trend line, there wasn't any real entry criteria for me. We then got another break higher, and if I zoom right in on this, you can see from this wick to here, we had a fair value gap. Okay, there was our FVG. So we used that as our entry criteria, and we still had the support of the trend line as well, which ended up, we actually traded lower than the FVG, trended into the support area. And if I drop that down onto the lower time frame, you can see it's been an absolutely beautiful trade so far. And we are now running at nearly 3.5 to 1. I haven't got my phone on me. So I've now closed out half of the position at 1 to 1, and then at 2 to 1 I closed another half of the position and moved my stop loss to entry. So if we get a situation where the market, or if gold reverses on us, and we see a move back down here, I'll be stopped out at 2680 as per my risk management rules. So yeah, I think I've closed 2% profit. So add that onto the 4% we made on oil so far this month, 6% gain on 2 trades, 1.5 trades. So really, really happy with that. Okay. The US dollar is trading a little bit lower, as you can see. Yesterday we had a really fantastic reaction from the 61.8% of this daily fib move. You can see that, right? Nice reaction there. Coming down for some more, it looks like. And when you try and marry that up with maybe some opportunities on euro dollar, because now we're in my sort of area of interest, or we've reacted from my area of interest on the dollar, I'm looking for potentially a trade on euro dollar. Now, the difficulty is, I'm just not seeing anything that's that clear. Like, I'm really tempted to, because I bet you there's RSI divergence. Yeah. If you actually look at this. Oh, sorry. There's our move lower on euro dollar. And there's our move higher on the RSI. And that's clear RSI divergence. And that would suggest to me that we're potentially shaping up for a reversal, Bobby, if you're watching. And so although the structure, and this is why I've not really touched it too much, because the structure is still bearish. So we haven't yet seen what I can see as a real clean break of structure. So now we've got the bearish divergence. Maybe what we need to do is maybe plan for the future and say, right, there's a risk here that euro dollar is going to be moving to the upside. I know that the dollar was in that 61.8%, but there is clear RSI divergence here, and the dollar's gone a long way. What I'd like to see is a break of structure, maybe a break of these highs. Yeah, definitely clear those highs, maybe even clear this high as well. And start to see, I know it won't look exactly like that, and start to see the structure take place. And then we can get in on a trade that would probably at some point look a little bit like that. All right. So that's something that I'm looking for probably in the next, I would say probably into early next week, in the sort of probably the Tuesday, Wednesday mark. Unless obviously I'll keep an eye on it, but that's the sort of thing that I want to see if I'm going to be confident of euro dollar actually turning over. At the moment, the structure's still bearish, but again, because we're sort of like grinding lower, there is not really like any like clean areas of resistance that I like the look of, or even clean FVGs to trade from just yet that I can see. So sorry about that. But there is a potential long counter trend trade shaping up indeed. Now, the pound versus the Japanese yen. Okay, right. So what's the situation here? So we've moved lower. Sorry. This looks quite bearish, doesn't it? This looks quite bearish indeed. I'm always asking myself, where's the liquidity? Where is the liquidity? Liquidity is there on these equal highs, which is yet to be taken. And we've also got liquidity down at these lows. Which are yet to be taken. And I wonder if we've got... Okay, that's interesting. So we have actually taken liquidity down there. Okay, right. Well, I actually quite like the idea of going long here. We've got a order block or a demand zone, which caused this run up higher. The reason that I like the idea of going long is because we never actually took out the liquidity at the top side. So that becomes a good area of interest or a good target for me. If we target that liquidity area, it's a 6.89 risk-reward ratio trade. If you zoom in on these lows down here, you can see we do actually have a liquidity grab already. Which would mean that if we do get a further move below this wick, then, I'm happy to be stopped out there, because I think we'd probably then see likely a move even down towards these lows. What's my confidence? I always ask myself, what's my confidence in this trade? And it's sort of sitting at about a 3. Oh wow, no, we've got clear RSI divergence here as well. Look at that. I quite like the idea of this then. Okay, nice. So we have actually managed to find a half-decent trading opportunity. I wasn't actually confident that we was going to even see one today. However, I'm happy with this trade. We've got RSI divergence. We're sort of trading within this range between this low and this low. We've had a liquidity grab down here. Okay. Oh. And we're targeting the equal highs up here as well. Bullish RSI divergence. Take a screenshot of that. Fantastic. Right, yeah, I like that. That looks good. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks for showing us that there was potentially an opportunity here on GJ. I'll get that in the room. That's our buy analysis. I don't see any reason fundamentally either. I know the pound's under a bit of pressure at the moment, but it has gone quite far. And even when we looked at the reaction from the from the inflation report, which was lower, the pound's reaction wasn't actually that bad. I thought it would then continue sinking. It sort of managed to hold up. So it's all it's going to take is a little bit more stronger news to sort of relieve that pressure even more. That sets us up nicely for this long as well. So, yeah, see how we get on with that one. Okay, good stuff. No update on my actual trading journal itself. The reason there's no update there is because I'll update it when the trades closed out for the gold trade that we're in at the moment. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the stock market as well, because we've got that analysis in the can. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. I think potentially what I may have to do is, I'm going to keep this trade in, because I would love it if we got a situation where we saw this. So I've still got that buy limit set. I'll set myself an alert here as well. But if we close above this trend line here, then I'm probably going to say, that's it for the S&P 500 for this trade, and I'll have to reevaluate. But yeah, I still remain bullish on that. And we've also got Trump's inauguration next week, which I'm interested to see how the markets react to that. I really am. We've got similar sort of price action really on the Nasdaq, etc. I wouldn't be necessarily jumping into buys just yet, because you can see you can see that for me, although this looks like a classic accumulation, manipulation, distribution, I'd like to see this first. So what's this, the 4-hour chart? I wouldn't mind something that looks like that. Has liquidity been taken though? Could you class that as a liquidity grab down there? Yeah, you could on the daily time frame actually. Daily liquidity's been taken down there. Oh, sorry, that's our FEG. And you see this dotted line here, that's our 50%. So that makes a good attractive entry for me. Targeting up there is 3.39 to 1. That's our all-time highs. So that could be a decent idea as well. So I imagine we might not get tagged in yet, but I'm going to set myself an alert here. And that's a little bit of a bonus trade. So we've got US 100, 50% FEG. Press save. And then we've got the US 500 demand zone, which is a bit further away. So I'm just planning and plotting some trades. Really happy with the oil trade. I don't know if anyone managed to get in on that. We actually closed the trade out at 78.8. It did go further, but you can see a little bit of a, almost like a bearish engulfing candle. So I'm really happy with the exit criteria that we had there. And that's why I always say to people, or say to anyone in the community or whatever, if you're struggling on sort of areas in which to target, always try and target sort of key highs or key liquidity areas, because often when they're hit, people have take profit areas there. And as you can see, after we took out those equal highs, barely closed above, and now look at that reaction. So if you were still in that trade, you'd be squirming a little bit, and we don't want that. So that's why I just keep things nice and simple. Okay, good stuff. Right. That's all the updates I've got for today. So just to summarize, we've got a nice potential long trade on the pound versus the Japanese yen. I'm looking at that closely. I'm also looking at the Nasdaq. I'm looking at that for the 50% of that FEG because we had a daily liquidity grab, and also I remain bullish on stocks. So I'm always trying to look for any excuse to get involved. And for the dollar at the moment, just not quite. It's not quite there. So I've got my eyes on euro dollar as a potential long reversal. However, I am aware that no structure has been broken, and it's really just me sort of having an early say on what could be coming in the next few weeks. Okay, thank you very much for those who tuned in. I do hope you have a fantastic trading day. Tomorrow is Friday, so come and join me tomorrow for a quick recap of the week and any trades that we get tagged into or any updates on gold. This is the time to come onto those streams. So I do hope to see you all there. Take care, trade well, and I'll see you soon.